What's going on, craft beer lovers? Today I am reviewing one of my all-time favorite beers, and that is the Mo Pale Ale by Maine Beer Company. Now, if you've seen my other reviews of Maine beer, you might know that this has got to be one of my favorite. This is probably, I would say, my favorite brewery in the United States that I know of. Why? Well, plain and simple, it's because they make simple, delicious, crisp, clean examples of the styles they produce. You get an IPA from Maine Beer, you know it's going to be a great example of an IPA. It's going to be delicious, world-class, and it's no surprise that this brewery keeps ending up near the top of the lists of best American craft breweries. It's not like I've tasted every brewery in the country. Of course, I'm not even close. I'm an amateur. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. But if you do feel like listening to me, I'm going to tell you, I've never been disappointed by a Maine Beer Company beer, except maybe their stout, their fall coffee stout, and I don't blame the brewery for that. It was more my own expectations were very different because I had been training myself on extremely high ABV imperial stouts, milk stouts, flavored dessert pastry stouts. So when I had the Maine Beer Stout, it was a major contrast. It was about half the ABV, much lower alcohol, very, very much more mild and clean version. So at first that was kind of not to my taste, but that's not a slight against the brewery. In fact, I think it's just more proof of what I'm saying. If you want to know what a style is supposed to taste like, go get Maine Beer Company's version of it. Now, the Mo Pale Ale I've had several times before. It is not cheap. I believe this bottle was probably, I actually don't remember, it's probably $7 or $8. So, you know, it's easily 60 or 70% more than a lot of other options. But I got it the first time I got it. I went back that same night to the store and got another bottle, and I think this is my third or fourth bottle that I've had over the last month. It is uncommon for me, with all the options I have, with all the options we all have as craft brew lovers, all the choices we have, it's extremely rare for me to get an expensive craft beer more than once, twice, 3 times, 3 or 4 times. That's a lot. That is a clear sign to me that I just freaking like this beer. There are a lot of beers I say were pretty good, but I just don't feel like I want to grab them again at the supermarket. But this one, every time I see it, I'm like, yes, I get to have it again. Just while I'm thinking about it, this was bottled on September 22nd, so it's about 60 days, almost exactly 60 days since it was bottled. They, of course, say drink this beer fresh within 90 days of the stamped on date. That's another thing about Maine Beer is they really are a fresh. They have a fresh quality to them. I don't know how to explain it. This is part of their profiles. They were just bottled. And so I really want to drink it as fresh as I can. Now, speaking about what other stuff I can see on the label, you might have heard me talk about how much I love and appreciate these simple, clean, very, very clean labels. You know, one of my favorite labels of 2020 was the total opposite, and it was the Bonbon de la Muerte chocolate stout by Oddside Brewing. That's an incredibly lavish and ornate bottle can design. This is the total opposite. It's simple fonts, no real pictures. I mean, the most colorful thing on here is this little, like, I don't know what that is, yellow, red, and blue squares. I have no idea what that means. And then, of course, there's the Maine Beer logo, that little barley. Is that like a wheat thing or something? A few words on the back. Each of their beers only has a few sentences about it, and it says, just after opening our brewery, working long nights, weekends, and still maintaining our day jobs, my brother Daniel, the brewer, had twins. Cheers to his courage and dedication to making better beer. So, I guess the company is owned by a pair of brothers. I'm not completely sure about that, but I think that's right. So, and then at the bottom underneath that, it says one of their, not slogans, but something they put on all their bottles. It says, thank you for drinking our beer. You enable us to continue to do what's right, take care of our earth and the creatures that live on it, take care of our staff, and to keep making better beer. I strongly suggest you go to mainbeercompany.com. I love their website. I own a small business myself, and I am familiar with web design and how difficult it is to make a beautiful website that is easy to navigate and communicates all the key information you need to tell a visitor, while also supporting your business. And that's more than administrative details. That's an art and a science, and they have done an excellent job, and I love their website, so go check it out. In fact, it makes me really want to do a road trip all the way up to Maine to visit their brewery. I would love to do that. So this is a 6% ABV. It's, you know, there's not much more to say about it. I'm going to crack it open and pour it, but I will say what I remember is a delicate, clean, bready, slightly bitter, crisp pale ale that is absolutely perfect for this kind of warm fall day. And it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's just cool enough for me to get away with this little sweater. I've got a tank top underneath and I'm kind of sweating. So just to give you an idea of the temperature I'm drinking this at, and this beer's right out of the fridge, I would definitely recommend this kind of pale ale to start it off as pretty much as cold as you can get it, and let it warm up a little bit as you taste it. But for me, I've always liked having a cold beer, so I'm not going to do anything weird like let it heat up 15 degrees and then taste it. I'm just going to go for it right out of the fridge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack it open, I'm going to pour it in front of the camera, and then I'm going to do what I always do, which is take a quick picture for my Instagram. You can find me at Craft Christian Reviews on Instagram. I take some fun photos of almost every beer I drink, so go check that out. So let's crack this guy open, pour it, and then I will smell it and taste it. We'll see if it's as good as I remember. Here we go. Sounds fresh. I could smell it as soon as I opened it. Just a little fresh beer smell. All right, let's pour it and get my picture. Look how pretty that is. All right, I'll be right back. Just look at that head. This is ridiculous. I poured it, and I went to take my pictures. I didn't take long. It only took me 30 seconds because I already had it planned out. Look at that, though. It's still there. This is a minute after I've poured it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a beautiful, beautiful white color. I can't imagine a prettier head on a glass of beer than I actually can't. The texture, the depth of that, the color of it. Oh, God, it smells so good. This is one of the best smelling beers. It smells, oh my God, I swear, if anyone from Maine Beer watches this, they're going to probably think I'm an idiot, because I don't know if you're on the coast of Maine, but every time I smell this beer, I feel like I'm just like gazing out to sea. Beautiful, cold, you know, cool day, crisp, chilly day. Just smells like I just, it sounds weird as that. I was gonna say, it smells like I just woke up. Like, this is the level of freshness is almost reminds me of like a fresh made cup of coffee or something, in terms of just how much it just opens up your alertness to life. It just smells so fresh and good. Now, oh God, I guess I smell pine and like some pineapple. I'm not, you know, I don't like talking about smell, like just specific, trying to name off all the smells, because I'm not very good at that, but the experience is what I'm into, and it's still got this freaking head. Look, that is more of a head at this point than a lot of beers begin with, and it still looks prettier. Just the prettiest color white, and that oh, I don't know, it's like this orange golden, I don't know, I'm kind of colorblind. I don't actually know what to call this. It's just one of the prettiest, trying to let the light catch it a little bit, one of the prettiest colors I've ever seen in a beer. Just beautiful. So it smells good, it looks good, it tastes probably pretty good if I remember right. It's like orange and bread and beer, fresh, cloudy, fresh. By cloud, I mean, it actually reminds me of like drinking a cloud or something. That's ridiculous, but it's just so simple. It's just so simple and good. Just a tiny bit of, I had actually on my computer, I had opened up what they brew this with. I just might as well mention it. So it's yeah, very strange. I've never heard of this. Falconer's Flight are one of the two hops. Falconer's Flight and Simcoe hops. Of course, we've all heard of Simcoe hops. But Falconer's Flight, I have no idea what that is. And then the malt is American 2-row, Carapils, Caramel 40L, and red wheat. Well, that doesn't really mean much to me. I don't know much about malts, but I'm trying to learn bit by bit. So I figured I'd mention it. And their description is flavor profile: tangerine, apricot, and orange with notes of passion fruit, pine, and malt sweetness. Well, I caught the orange and the pine, didn't I? I was saying pineapple. That might have been the tangerine and apricot they're mentioning, and I actually could see the malt. I can see the malt sweetness they're talking about. I didn't say that, but I called that bread, right? Bread taste, bread and beer taste, which I think I should realize by now. When I say it tastes like bread and beer, probably that's the malt and the yeast. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm just gonna say, don't buy this beer, because I want you to leave it all for me, okay? Don't buy anything by Maine Beer Company, because that way I will have as much available for myself as possible. You know, don't go visit their brewery, because then when I want to make reservations to see them, my tour might be booked, okay? Now, of course I'm being ridiculous. If you get a chance to try anything by Maine Beer, you know you're going to get a good beer. You just know it. I would say make sure it's fresh. I think they're really good about being fresh, but that is also one of their biggest appeals, is, you know, make sure it's within 90 days, preferably 30 or 60 days of when it was bottled, because that is what I love most about their beers. It feels like it was just made. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more. I'm actually have to quarantine for the next week, not because I'm sick, but because I'm going to visit my parents to go pick up a new family puppy. So I am actually just chilling at home with all the beers that are sitting in my fridge. Ton of stouts, ton of all sorts of crazy stuff, actually. And I'm just going to be doing beer reviews, so subscribe on YouTube, leave me a like on this video if you liked it, and comment if you've had anything else by Maine Beer Company and you like it. Let me know in the comments if you've had the Mo, if you liked it, didn't like it, tell me. If you have any other pale ales or really, really fresh-tasting American craft brews that you think I should try on this channel, please let me know in the comments. And like I said, if you get a chance, go find me on Instagram at Craft Christian Reviews. You can go find the photo I took of this beer today, as well as some other fun ones I've been taking lately. Other than that, I will see you in the next review, and I hope you enjoy whatever you're drinking. Support your local breweries, and drink up. I'll see you in the next video.